Hello, fellow YouTubers or YouTube people, whoever is watching, subscribers, non-subscribers, friends, not friends, family, not family, whoever you are that's watching me. Hello, my name is Kendra, and this is my small little YouTube channel that I just started not too long ago. And if you like my makeup, go ahead and keep watching, and I will talk a lot through this video, so I'm sorry, and let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, first things first, I already moisturized, so now I'm going to go in with this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. As y'all can see, I am almost out, so it's almost time for a new one. I want to try the Jelly Pop one. I heard that that one's really good, but they like make it and then discontinue it and then bring it back and then make it again. So I'll see when I'm actually able to get my hands on it. Look, this stuff makes you so sticky. I love it. Now I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild foundation. I love this foundation. This is a matte foundation, which I usually do not use matte foundations, but for some reason I just really like this one. And it's super cheap, girlies. Super cheap. Now, of course, we're blending her out with a brush first before I blend her out with my esponja. I have not used this in such a long time, but I want to see if I like it because I don't remember. That's how long it has been. I do not remember if I like it, so I want to try it. But let's get deep while we're here, girls, because I feel like I never get like personal with y'all. And you know what? YouTube should be a place where you just feel comfortable to get, you know, in your feels, whatever you want to call it. I guess it's not really in my feels, but let's talk insecurities. Like, does anybody else struggle like me with like being insecure? I feel like I'm a very insecure person, like about my body, and it's been that way since I was literally in elementary, y'all. I have been insecure about my body since I was in elementary, which is so freaking sad, but it's the truth. Quick little cut in right here. I'm blending this out and it's like getting very patchy, so I'm not too sure if I'm going to like this for future uses. But as I was telling you guys, like, I have always been super like extremely insecure about my body since I was in elementary. I feel like that roots from like whenever I was in elementary, I was very chunky for like my age group, and I was also tall. I'm not tall anymore. Like, I'm 5'2", so I'm not tall anymore, but in elementary I was like super tall. Not super tall, but I was super tall compared to like other people in my age group. And on top of that, I was very chunky. And I just remember my bullies. Like, I can remember all of my bullies, like by name, everything. And I feel like that is where my insecurity like stems from, because like I said, I can remember being insecure literally since I was in elementary, like first grade, y'all. I can remember that, and I just really think that it stems from my bullies because I can remember their name, middle name, everything. I can remember them because that is just like the impact that they had on me and still have to me to this day, which is like super sad, but true. Like, you guys, I can literally remember these kids calling me names like gorilla. They would call me albino gorilla, which was because I'm Mexican and I'm very pale. And sometimes I would look like sick because of how pale I was compared, because I was in ESL. So ESL is English as a second language, which is when your parents aren't from the US or like you were raised only speaking Spanish. They put you in ESL because obviously your first language isn't English. And actually, I didn't even learn English till like probably after I started elementary, probably like pre-K, kindergarten, first grade. I wasn't very good at English. Like, my English was horrible, very horrible. And ESL kids, y'all, they are something else. They are so freaking rude, and nobody puts a stop to it because I feel like in ESL, like, you're kind of just like the kids like pushed to the side, so it's not like a very big deal whatever it is that we do. And they would literally call me names like albino gorilla, like all these names. Let me show you guys something. Do y'all see this scar right here? So I have had that scar since elementary, because I would go home and I'm not sure if I would cry. I'm pretty sure I wouldn't cry because I wasn't like a crier, but I know I would be like sad about it, and I would like tell my sister, I would tell my mom about like the things that they would tell me. And since they would call me albino gorilla, they would call me gorilla because I'm very, very, very hairy. I'm hairy on my arms, I was hairy on my legs. I was just a hairy kid because, like I said, I am Hispanic, and us Hispanics are very, very, yeah, no, we're hairy. Like it's not anything that I'm trying to hide. And I remember I would go home and then I would be sad and I would tell my mom, my sister. So I was sad about it, and my sister, she tried to take off my unibrow because they would also call me unibrow. And she tried to take off my unibrow to like stop people from calling me that. And she was doing it on the way to school, and my mom braked really fast and it literally like peeled off like that part of my eyebrow. But look, like even that is there as a reminder, which but I just like really feel like it impacted me to this day, and it plays a big role on like me being insecure because, like I said, they would call me like fat and stuff like that. So I just always feel fat. Like no matter how much weight I lose, like I just always feel like I look super big, which I know it can sound ridiculous to some people, but I just really think that it stems from elementary. Like I just truly like that is where it comes from. I just know it. Like to this day, I cannot wear a sleeveless top without wanting to have my hair down, or if I do have it up like the whole day, I'm just like trying to hide my arms because I just feel super ugly. And I just find it sad how what you experience as a child and what you hear as a child can have such a big impact even as you grow older. Because I know that I'm not ugly. Like I'm not saying I'm the prettiest girl ever, but I know that I'm not an ugly person. But just like remembering that, I feel like it like affects how I look at myself today. Like my arms have always been a thing for me. Like kids would make fun of them. They have just always been a thing that I was insecure about. And even whenever I was like at my lowest weight, I was like, I lost weight and I got down to like 130 something, which is how much I weighed in like my freshman year of high school. So I got down like a lot. And even at that point of my life, like I just did not feel like I look skinny. Like I did not like my body. I still to this day, like I'm always just like pointing out little things. Like look, just now that I like extended my arm and I saw that, I was like really like, why did I show that? But I just don't understand like insecurities. Like how as people, like how do we make our insecurities go away? Because it's just something that I have like struggled with for so freaking long, and I just want to not be an insecure person about my body. Like, and then like as you get older, your like insecurities go into your relationship. Like I have the nicest partner ever. He literally loves me for me. Whenever I gained 40 pounds in our relationship, like I genuinely, I have said this before on here, I did not feel like I had gained a lot of weight. I did not feel like I looked different than when we had met. When we had met, I had just turned 18, and so that was like 4 years ago. And I was obviously a lot slimmer than I am now. And when I did gain those 30 pounds, he never, like, I did not know that I had like my look, I guess, had changed so much, because he never made me feel like you know, like, oh, you got bigger, oh, you need to lose weight, oh, your body looks different. Like he never ever 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 like ever made me feel that way. So I can't sit here and say like, oh, he made me like feel ugly or anything. But I do feel as you get older, like your insecurities do get into your relationship when it comes to your body. Because like he would like hug me or like touch my arm. If he would like touch my arm, I would be like, don't touch my arm. Like, why are you touching my arm? I know my arms are big, or like something like that. Which, like I said, he never ever ever made me feel like I had gained weight. As a matter of fact, he actually made me feel like the nicest that I had felt about my body, because he like genuinely loves my body for how it is and like how it's always been and how it's changed over like these past 4 years that we've been together. But whenever you're like insecure about your body, it doesn't matter how many times somebody tells you like, oh, I love your body, or there's nothing wrong with your body, or no, like, you know, all this stuff. It does not matter. When you yourself are insecure about your body, it's like hard to like accept that somebody can love your body when you don't love your own body. So I feel like as you get older, it definitely gets into your relationship. So I just feel like, you know, the way what you hear as a child like definitely impacts like the way that you see yourself as an adult or like later on in your life. Because like I said, like I remember everything that they told me when I was younger, and it like literally will affect me to this day. And if you don't like fully love yourself, it will also affect the people around you. So, you know, if you are a younger viewer or even an older viewer, because no matter at what point of your life you hear somebody say something about your body, your face, your personality, whatever it is, like it will affect a person. So I feel like if you take anything from this video, take this, that my advice is don't, you know, make fun of people for who they are, what they look like, what their body looks like, or anything, because it will always affect them. Like they could lose all the weight that they want to lose, they could change their body, get surgeries, whatever, but what you tell a person will just always affect them, and that is just like the sad reality. So if you take anything from this video, it's just don't talk about people's bodies, personalities, you know, all of that stuff, because it will affect them and it sucks. Take it from me, because it sucks to this day. Like 15 years later, it still sucks. But I'm not saying like I'm like sad about it or anything, but I did realize over time that the way that people viewed me and talked about me as a child has affected like how I view and talk about myself as an adult. This is some advice that I heard on TikTok like a few years ago. It was something like, if you're gonna make fun of somebody, at least make sure that you're not making fun of something that they can't change. If you're gonna make fun of somebody, at least make sure it's something that they can change, which is not good advice, but at least it will stop some people from making fun of things people cannot change. But it's just not good to make fun of people at all. So, you know, if you struggle with that, try your hardest not to make fun of people, because it does affect them later on in life. Okay, y'all, so that is it for this little get ready with me. I talked a lot throughout it, so I'm sorry if I got on y'all's nerves, but this is it. If you liked my little get ready with me, make sure to like and subscribe so I can see you guys next time. And that is all. I'll see you guys next time.